And negative situations and negative problems always have a negative outcome and a negative result. So what you have to do is, when you have these negative thoughts, if you have to start replacing them with power thoughts. One of the things that Joel Osteen said was, he said, stop listening to what people say about you and start listening to what God says about
right,
you.
God's our
God
counselor.
says that you are great. God
right.
says that you are worthy.
Right.
God says that you were created in his own image. God says that you were created to be prosperous and
right.
bountiful. That's what God said about you.
The light shining,
God
baby.
did not say you were going to have a life of misery and fail and
right.
never recover and fall and can't get up. No,
right.
God promised to be a very present help in a time of trouble.
That's
and
right.
I'm telling you, during this crisis, if you change the way you think, you can change your outcome. I'll give you an example. There are some people here in this crisis who are going to lose their job. Some jobs are not coming back. Now, if you're sitting there going, oh, man, I lost my job ain't never coming back, I don't know what I'm going to do. Suppose you replace that thought with, well, Lord, you done closed this door. You must want me to go up another door.
That's right.
You must want me to walk through another door. Go up the hall. Sometimes losing your job is to get you in a position to get you to a better job and a better position, maybe to spur you to go on and open up a business or do something that you've always dreamed of doing.
That's right.
Because, remember a while back I said, everybody I know that's successful has jumped. But let me say this to you, though. Sometimes the jump comes in the form of a push. And sometimes this pandemic has pushed a lot of us. And it's pushed us into where God may want us to be.
Right.
But you've got to look at the bright side. You've got to look at the upside. Stop thinking, oh, woe is me, this is it. It ain't nothing, man. There's no problem that you have that's bigger than God.
That's right.
The coronavirus is not bigger or more powerful than God.
That's right.
The pandemic is not bigger or more powerful than God. It's just not. And you got to stop giving up the power that God has given us to create us through his image and give it back to the pandemic.
That's right.
What the pandemic gonna do to you that you ain't survived already?
That's right.
Are you kidding me? What? Man, come on. Change your negative thoughts and replace them with power thoughts. Stop listening to what they say about you and start listening to what God says about you.
Right.
Those are my closing remarks.
Ooh, let the church say amen.
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 Preach. Preach. Because, sometimes you got to have a counselor, and I'd rather God be my counselor. Yeah, I might walk out, went to the bank, get a little $100. But you know what? That's just for breakfast and, get a little TT for breakfast and get a little lunch, got outfits and shit, you know what I mean? But you need a counselor, you need God as the one. In the song, he was like, yo, you're a man now, you're grown, so you gotta have a counselor here, man, you gotta have a G.O.D. And I to this day, you see what I'm saying? I love that movie, Church Sunday. Did your thing, G.O.D.